I remember as I was opening this girl's Christmas present to me, I ended up opening it super slowly to the point where I realized that it was a bottle of baby oil. And I look over at her saying, wait, what is this for? And that's when she took off everything and wanted to go Diddy mode. Yo, what is going on, you guys? My name is Bubba, and welcome back to another embarrassing, but I gotta say, crazy story. Now, this story all starts off back when I was in grade 10. And in grade 10, as you guys may know, I was a massive player. No joke, I would pull girls left and right, and I didn't care what they looked like. I would just pull them. It sounds really bad when I say it that way, but you gotta understand, I didn't really care. It was high school. I didn't know any better. But going on with the story, I remember there was one time where I entered inside my PE class. And in my PE class, everyone hated it, like no joke. It was just a really dumb thing. And not because we were being active, it's just it got boring at some moments where we would end up doing like ballroom dancing as a unit. I don't know, it was super dumb, but I remember there was one time where I entered PE class where everyone got super excited because I remember my PE teacher walks in front of the classroom and says, all right, class, we're gonna do dodgeball. Let's go get the balls. And basically, even though that sounded really sus coming out of my PE teacher's mouth, all of us got super excited. We all ended up splitting into teams. We ended up going on each side of the gym and we started playing dodgeball. Now, one thing I should mention about my PE class is that my PE class gets really competitive when it comes to dodgeball, but not as competitive as this one girl. There was one girl in my PE class that was the most athletic, most insane fit girl I've ever seen ever. No joke, she was super hot and attractive, and holy cow, like I would do anything for this girl. But no joke, she was so athletic, and I knew that like me, since I was weaker than her, I would have no chance with her. Which sounds really dumb, by the way. Like, don't ever think you don't have a chance with a 10 out of 10, because no matter what, if you're confident in yourself, you could pull basically any girl. But at the time, I wasn't that smart. It was still like, you know, my beginning stages of, you know, becoming a player, I guess, in a way. But back to the story, I remember when we all started to play dodgeball in my class, we all started throwing balls at each other left and right. It got so intense, and me seeing this girl that was super fit, I was trying my best to basically dodge every ball that she was throwing, until one ball ended up flying directly towards my face and hit me right in the face going 1,000 miles per hour. It actually got to the point where I fell head first onto the ground, and my face had the biggest red mark from this dodgeball ever. Like, I was more red than a tomato. But as I was laying there in pain, I remember hearing the girl run up to me saying, oh my goodness, Bubba, are you okay? Oh my goodness, let me check on you. And as I heard her voice, I don't know what got into me, but I ended up basically getting up and trying to pretend that I was okay. Even though my vision was blurry and I couldn't see anything and I was just in major pain, I kept trying to play it cool. But this girl wouldn't stop freaking out, and she kept going, oh my goodness, like, I'm so sorry. Like, are you okay? Like, I didn't know I was throwing it that hard. I'm so sorry. And at that moment, I ended up telling her, oh, I'm all good. Don't worry about it. As I was literally about to fall, it got to the point where my PE teacher actually walked up to me and said, Bubba, you need to go to the nurse's office. Can you take him there? And at that moment, I just froze thinking, shoot, why is she taking me? Like, out of everyone in my PE class, you chose the girl that hit me in the face that's super attractive to take me to the nurse's office. What I thought was a major mistake ended up actually being one of the best things ever, though, because I remember when she took me to the nurse's office, she actually ended up sitting down with me and started talking to me. And for some reason, she actually started to like me from there. We started, like, you know, talking and having cool jokes alongside each other, and we actually ended up basically becoming closer and closer as the days went on since that day. I gotta say, even though she was way more fit than me, way more stronger than me, and she could probably run miles and circles around me like it's nothing, she was actually a genuine person. And for some reason, I guess the term opposites attract really do exist. But back to the story, I remember me and her, we actually ended up getting really close to the point where people thought we were dating. It was actually really funny because even though like a lot of people in my school couldn't picture me with her, me and her kind of had our little thing going where it just made sense. I don't really know, to be honest, and I don't know if it was maybe just my eggplant talking the entire time, but part of me wanted to know every bit about her. And well, that led on till Christmas, because when Christmas was finally coming around and we were in winter break, me and her started to talk way more. Knowing that the school wasn't talking about us as much anymore and everyone was out going into winter break, not even going to school, me and her started talking a lot to the point where basically she wanted to be my girlfriend. Obviously, we didn't start dating though, and nor did she ever ask me, nor did I ask her, but she really liked me and I knew I liked her, and it was really this like awkward like high school relationship where you want to date but you can't at the same time. I don't know, it really was dumb, but going on, I remember during winter break there was a time where she actually ended up messaging me on the 26th, which is the day after Christmas, and she messaged me saying, hey Bubba, I got you a Christmas gift. What? Why'd you get me a Christmas gift? Oh, don't worry, I know you'll like it. Okay, sure. What is it? Well, the one thing you've always wanted. At that moment I was curious curious of what this girl could have gotten me. But at the same time, she said to come over and get my gift. So that's what I ended up doing. I ended up basically getting my things ready, and I ended up getting inside my car that I had in my grade 10 year. And when I got inside my car and drove down to her place, and when I parked my car in the driveway, she instantly came out of her house. She came out of her house and ran down to me saying, Baba, oh my goodness, you're here. Here, come inside, come inside. And that's when me and her went inside the house and we went straight to her bedroom. Now you guys are probably thinking, oh, you're gonna do the Devils Tango. And that you would be correct on. We were gonna do it, and this was actually gonna be the first time we ever did the Devils Tango together. And if you guys are shocked about that, you gotta understand I was always scared to do with her because she was way more stronger than me. Like, she was buff, she was muscular, and she was basically double my body weight. But knowing that she was super hot and basically attractive, I just said, whatever, you know what, it's Christmas. If this goes wrong, then nothing can ruin Christmas as bad as this. And that's when me and her, we ended up doing it. We ended up doing the Devils Tango. And I thought this was my Christmas gift from her to me until I realized midway through the Devils Tango, she ends up handing me a gift. And with my eggplant out, she gives me this present and says, here, open the gift. I want you to open it. We gotta use it. We gotta use it is what I said. And I was hoping it was like protection or something, but no. When I opened it up, I ended up realizing it was baby oil. Yeah, the girl got me baby oil. And that's when she ended up pushing me onto the ground and said, Baba, this present is gonna make things very easy for me. Wait, what? What are you doing? She ends up flipping me over and she tries to touch my pee. And bro, no joke, I started to panic. I started squirming. I started freaking out. I'm like, bro, what are you doing? And knowing that she was 10 times stronger than me, no joke, I ended up actually having to flip over and kick her as hard as I could in the stomach just for her to get off me. I remember she ended up flying back off the bed and she fell down and she said, Bubba, what's wrong? What are you doing? Oh, well, like, I don't know. You're small, so I thought you like being like a bottom or something. What? What are you saying? At this point, I started to freak out because the way this girl wanted to do the Devils Tango was severely insane to the point where I felt disgusted. And knowing how embarrassed I was from her basically calling me small and a bottom, I ended up putting on my boxers, and that's when she ended up running towards me saying, no, Bubba, you don't have to leave. And me, I ended up not even being able to put on the rest of my clothes. I ran to my car in my boxers, by the way, with her whole family home, and I drove back home with only wearing my boxers. Yeah, definitely one of the most embarrassing times ever. And I gotta say this, that was definitely the worst Christmas present I could ever get in my life. But if you guys have a worse Christmas present, then please comment down below and tell me. Because if you guys don't believe the story's real, then fall for more embarrassing stories just like this one. Peace out, guys.